we are actually learning the functions in C, and we have been completed the definition of C, advantages of functions, the different types of functions, that is the library functions and user defined functions. The library functions in detail, we have studied the printf, scanf statements which are available with the library function. Limitations of library functions, where we can use the library functions and that has some limited scope where we can use these library functions in our program. And we have been studied that all the library functions are actually residing in the .h file, that is the conio.h, stdio.h, like these files. So this has some specific operations that will done by the library functions. The functions which are residing in the different header files, that is also we have listed. Why we can use the library functions, that is we have to divide these large code in the module, and that is, it can be easily debug and maintain the code. That's why we have to use the function. The function itself does some specific task in the programming, and it is a sub program or small program. We know that we have defined the function, so that will be the main function is a compulsory function, and we have declared the user defined functions. The library functions like string cat, memory copy, etc., those are actually residing in the .ah file, that is header file. So how we can define the function in the user defined function category, that we have to give the return type, the function name, and the parameter list. The function body which will be calculating something, or it will do something specific task. So this is the function prototype, and the heading of the function we have to give, specify the header side and body side of the function. We have seen also the example of the function, and from this today we are learning about the function, which are the categories of the function, and that will be how we can call the function, what is the calling function, what is the called function, etc. The function has a particularly may accept some arguments, or it may not be accept some arguments. It may have some return values, or it may not be have some return values. So based on these facts, there are different aspects of function call. What is, these are the categories, the following categories, that is the functions without arguments and without return values. That is the first category. The functions, there may be at least two functions, and that will be considering the arguments and the return values. But there are some situations where we can write the function, two functions, but we are not maintaining the arguments, or we are not passing the arguments, and we are not passing the return values from the calling function. Also, the second category, that is the function without arguments and with the return values. Some sort of functions we are giving, that is we are not specifying some arguments, but we are returning the values from the called function, and that return value will be passed to the main function. The third category, actually functions with arguments, that is we are specifying the arguments, we are giving the arguments, and we are not returning some values. And the fourth category is the function we are passing the arguments towards the next function which is written in that particular program, and we are passing the return values from the called function to the calling function. So that these are the categories. Let us discuss the all categories one by one. So this is the first category. The first category, which we can say that there are no arguments and there are no written values. See here, this figure you can see firstly, that is, this is the calling function. The main function may be a calling function. This calling function, which is written as a main is a compulsory function, we know that, and the main is containing some statements as well as the function. This is the function call. Now this all things we are specify that this is the calling function, that we specified the call here. We have specified the call here, and this will go towards the called function. At the right hand side, we have written the called function. Now this function is a single function, and it is written for doing the specific task or performing the specific task. Which is this task? These all statements are written for the specific task. Okay, now what is the analysis in this first category, that is functions without arguments and without return values? That the calling function is not giving any argument which is passed to the called function. You can just listen carefully and be available with this particularly category. The called function, which is not getting any arguments from the calling function, and this called function will be done some calculation on its own, and it is not returning any values. That is, no values are sent back in the sense from called function to calling function. Now there are no values which are sent back to the calling function. The calling function does not get any written value from the called function. So this is very important thing. Snehal Gare, you mute yourself. Okay. So this is the particularly the first category, whether that is without arguments and without return values. That is the no arguments and no return values. We can say that there is no any communication between these two functions. Now only this function called function is called here only, but there is no any communication. This is called as a no communication in the different function in the program. There is a no communication in the sense that we have not passed any arguments and we have not returned back any values from the called function. There may be some calculation, that calculation is done in called function. Now this is the first category. Just we have given one example here that include stdio.h. Main function is written here. The main function is started here and ended here with the braces, and this main function is called sum function. Then clear screen, that is the function which is library function. Then sum function is again called. Now that get ch is one of the library function. Now this sum function is written later on. Further, it is written that some function which will calculate something. What is calculation? integer a, b, c is declared and enter two numbers. For example, a and b values are given and the calculation is done, that is a plus b is equal to c is calculated. Now what is this c? C is the sum of a plus b. So sum is equal to %d c, that is the c is get displayed here. Now this function actually takes the values from user, and this sum function is also displaying the sum, that is the value here itself. It is not returning to the main. Only function call is there in the main function. So main does not do anything. So that is the thing which is happened with the no arguments. We have not passed anything from the main function to the sum function, and sum function is also not returning any value to the main function. This is a particularly there is a no any data communication in between these two functions. Which are those two functions? The main function and the sum function. Main function is called as a calling function and sum function is called as a called function. Now sum function does not returning any value and main function is not passing any arguments or values to the sum function. Sum function is exactly taking the values from the user. The value of a and value of b will be taken from the user, and the calculation is done as well as the sum, whatever the calculation which will be displayed here itself, and it is not returning any value. So this is the output of this example, that is enter two numbers, for example 3 and 5 we have given, and the sum is displayed here. The first category, that is the calling function and called function, there is a no any communication. So there will be some analysis, that is no arguments and no return values. So this is the first category. Let us see the second category. Now this is the next category, that is no arguments, that is the without arguments and with return values. We are passing the arguments, we are not passing the arguments, but we are returning some value. So what is this? Here at the right hand side the figure shows that this is the calling function. The main function is, for example, it is a calling function. Now this calling function is not passing some arguments to the called function. Now this function is called here. We are specifying, we are mentioning main function is a calling function, and the function which is written at the right hand side, that is the function which is called as a called function. Now this function has not getting any arguments from the first function, that is the main function. We are not getting anything from the main function, and the called function is specifying, is written something, it is calculating something, but the value of whatever the value which will be get calculated in the called function, that will be returning to the calling function. So that is values are sent back. Now what is the communication in between these two functions? There is a one-way communication. What one way? We are not passing arguments to the called function, but we are sending back the return value to the calling function. We are returning back the value which is get calculated in the called function to the calling function. Now this is the example at the left hand side. The function, this is having the data communication. What type of data communication? There is a one-way data communication. There is a one-way data communication. So one way from called function to calling function. So one way in the sense that we are not passing the arguments from calling function, and we are only returning the value from the called function. Here is an example: main function which is written as a sum is declared here, integer c is equal to sum call is given here, c is equal to sum. This is the call, given in this sum is specified here, and this sum is called. So this, the control will get transferred to the sum. The control will get transferred to the this sum. So sum will be get calculated. For example, now we have not passing any value from this main function, and what we have done, the sum function is written, sum function, in that sum function a b c are declared, and we have actually taken the values of a and b here. See here, a and b value, that is %a and %b value is taken from the user, and we have just calculated a plus b, that is the calculation is done, and c is now calculated. Now this is a very important statement which is written here, that is return c in the sense that the value which is get calculated in this function will be returned to the value. So that will be c is just, you can say c is got the value from the sum function. Now return c, the calculated value of c will be passed, that is the value is sent back to the first, that is the calling function, and that printf sum will be printed with the c. Where this c is get calculated, this c is calculated inside the sum function. Here it is calculated, and we have returned the value here in the calling function. Now c is displayed, and last the get ch, in the sense this is the particularly library function, that is the waiting of any cursor. So c is not calculated here, c is calculated in the sum function. Sum function is a called function. We have not given any value from this first main function. We have not given any value from main function to sum function. Sum function is exactly taking the values from user, and it is calculating here, and we are returning the value of c towards the main function. So this is the second category. So that is the second category. Now the next category, that is the function with arguments, and without return value. With arguments, that is we are passing something, and without returning, that is we are not returning any value. So this is the, in figure we have just specified here. The first is a calling function, the main function is a calling function. How many functions we can write in our program? We can write any number of functions in our program, but one of the function will be specified, at least main function, and that main function may containing at least one function call. So this is the function call, function a comma b. Now these values are passed to the called function. These values are actually passed some values, actual values to the called function. What is this values? A and B. So this is A and B which is given in calling function. But the called function calculates something and it will not returning any value. No value will be returned. This is also one-way data communication. This is also one-way data communication from the calling function to called function. Now we are only passing the arguments from calling function to the called function, but we are not returning the values from the calculated values from the called function to the calling function. Here is the example. At the left hand side there is the example. You can just see we have just specified, declared sum as integer and integer values. Those are all integer values. This is integer A and B. Now the main function itself declares the value A and B. Enter two numbers. See here in our last example, in our last category, we have actually written this statement in the sum function, but now here we have taking the values from calling function. Main function is a calling function. So we are written here, that is the A and B we have just specifying, and we are taking the values from the user. Now this is the function call. Now this function call will just go, this function call will be passed. So value of A and B which is taken in the calling function will be again passed to the this sum function. Now sum function is taking the values from the calling function. What is that? C is equal to A plus B. Now C is equal to A plus B. A value will be taken from calling function. B value will be taken from calling function, and the C is get calculated. Now C is get calculated and the values are actually passed from the main function. The value of A and B are actually taken in the main function and passed to the sum function, and sum function actually takes these values which are actually given from the main function, that will be taken here. Now C is calculated, but C is calculated and this C is actually directly displayed the value as a sum here itself, not return any value to the, not return any value to the particularly to the main function. So there is a no value which is sent back. C value is not given to the main function, so only this function call is there. The function call is there, only function is called, no any return values are taken from the called function. This is called as a called function. Called function is summed, and this is a calling function. Little bit hesitation in writing on this one. This is the calling function, this is called function. There is a difference. See, this is the exactly the output of these values. The value of A is 10, value of B is 20, and the sum is 30. Sum is get actually displayed in the sum function, and it is not returning any value towards the main function. So that is the one-way data communication. Okay. What is the next? Functions with arguments, function with argument and with return values. See here, with arguments and with return values. And in the figure you can see here, calling function is written, that is the main function, for example, and we have given the call. Here we have given call to the function. Which is that function? The function is written at the right hand side. For example, function is written and the values of arguments, the values of A and B are passed to the called function. Now this called function is calculating something, and this will also return the value of C towards the calling function. So values are sent back. Also arguments are passed. The first category was there, that is no arguments, no return values. Second category was no arguments but return values. Third category was we are not passing any argument, but we are sending values to the sendback. So these three categories we have seen. This is the last category where we are passing the arguments and we are returning the values also. So what is that? See here in the example itself, the main function is given here. Main function is given here, and the main function is taking the values of A and B. The main function is taking the value of A and B, and the function call is here. Sum A comma B. Sum A comma B, that is passed the value of A and B to the called function. So this is the called function. Sum is a called function. What is done in sum function? Integer C is declared here, and the value of A and B will be taken from the main function, which is here. See here, this will be taken from the main function. And what is the happening here in the sum function? C is get calculated, but this C is not displayed here itself, but this will be returning the value of C here in main function. So that value will be sent back. The value of C will be sent back to the function, main function, that is the calling function. So this is the output of this function. The value of A is 10, value of B is 20, and the sum is 30, which is get displayed here in the main function, that is in the calling function. So this is the exact difference. But what we can call for this category? That functions with arguments and with return values. So we are passing the arguments and we are returning the values. See here, A and B value will be passed here, and the value of C is also passed here. So there is a data communication. There is a two-way data communication in between these two functions. Now this sum function is called as a called function. Keep in mind, remember this is called as a called function. Sum function is called as a called function, and the main function is we are specifying here, that is, this is called as a calling function. Every time you keep in mind, this is a calling function and this is called function. Okay, so this is exactly particularly the fourth category. So there are the four categories. First category is functions without argument, without return values. That is no arguments, no return values. First category, there is a no data communication. Second category is functions without arguments but with return values. With return values in the sense we are returning something to the calling function. So that is the second category. The third category, functions with arguments but without return values. Without return values, that is, we are not returning anything from the called function. So that is the third category. And the fourth category is this one, that is the functions with arguments and with return values. So that is the exactly fourth category. Okay, so these all categories we have to keep in mind that there will be some situations where we are writing the functions with arguments and without return value, with arguments with return values or without arguments and without return values. Okay, let us discuss the next thing, that is the recursive function in C. Recursive function, which is actually the function itself, calls within the same function. So that is called as a recursion. So function which calls the same function is called as a recursive function. Which functions which calls itself, the same function will be called. In other words, when the function is called itself, then the function is called as a recursive function. Okay, so recursive functions are very useful to solve mathematical problems like calculate the factorial of a number and generating the Fibonacci series. What are the advantages of the recursion? Now these are the example of the recursive function, that is factorial and Fibonacci series. What are the advantages? The function calling related information will be maintained by the recursion. Stack evaluation will take place by using recursion. Infix, prefix notation, postfix notation will be evaluated by the recursion. So this is very important advantage. See here, infix, prefix, and postfix notations will be evaluated. What are the disadvantages of recursion? It is very slow progressive process due to the stack overlapping. Recursive programs can create the stack overflow and recursive functions can create some loops. Okay, so this is the recursive function. We have to see the recursive function. The function calls itself is called the recursive function. Okay, keep in mind every time the function calls itself. Okay, what are the example of this function? This is the find the factorial of any number using the recursive function. What is that? You just see the function of factorial. How we can say factorial will be calculated at the right hand side? The factorial is calculated. For example, factorial of 5 is equal to 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Factorial of 4, 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Factorial of 3, 3 into 2 into 1. Factorial of 2, 2 into 1. Factorial of 1 is always 1. Now, the steps which are actually given here, that is returning the values. See here, the example is written here, example which will calculate the factorial. Now, these all return values will be given here and the function call is given. Now, this will call the function here. So, what is that? That is the function fact. Fact function is called here. The fact function is written here. The highlighted is a function that is a recursive function. What is that? Integer fact. If a is less than 0, return -1, or a is equal to 0, the value will be always 1. See, the value of a is given. The value of a is given from here. If the value of num will be 1, the returning value will be always 1. 0, if it will be 0, the returning value will be 1. What will be else? else is returning n into factorial into n minus 1. So what is this? This is exactly the factorial, which is the particularly factorial function is written, and this function is exactly we have called here n minus 1. So what is this n minus 1? 5 into n is a 5, value of n is equal to 5, that is num value is a 5. 5 into factorial 4, 4 into factorial 3, n minus 1, 3 into factorial 2, 2 into factorial 1, and 1 into factorial 0. So the n minus 1 will be always here. For example, 4, 3, 2, 1, and n is given here, that is 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this value of n, which is the value n num is given here, for example 5. The factorial of 5 is 120. Okay, so that we can just stop here with the recursive factorial. Okay, so this is the exactly stack tracking of n is equal to 4, n is equal to 4, n is equal to 3, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 1, and n is equal to 0. So print of